Hello, my name is Shadley. Welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Mexico. In previous episode we finally start our war against USA, but that's not going according to plan yet. We are getting a lot of the contracts activated, but I think they still will win us in terms of numbers. But if we can get some good battles where we actually have somewhat similar numbers of troops, we should be able to hold them back. Of course, I do actually wonder, if we look at some of their troops here, do they in fact have the hand crank machine gun? They do. That's their +5 for the defense. They also got field works, which I think we have that one as well. That's one of the, yeah, we got that one, hand crank machine gun, we're going to get that in 21 months. I don't know if the war is going to last that long, admittedly. And what are we, oh, it's spreading monitors. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be too bad either, to get the Navy is a bit of a fighting edge. But I think right now I just want to hold them back for a little while. And hopefully, hope for a miracle. Or in other words, just try to fight them back. I mean, this one, broken supply lines on both sides. I think they are going to still be winning this. Although now they're going to be taking a bit more casualties than in the previous battle. But we're still losing the troops faster than they are. There's going to be another loss on the front line here. But at least we managed to get a bit more troops activated in the meanwhile. So that's just mostly buying time. Is this the... Yeah, this is the one from Mexico. The store defender does definitely help in here. Experienced offensive planner, not quite as much. Ooh, poor visibility on their side. But no, it's still already 3-to-1 almost ratio here, so... Although in terms of battalions, it's only 2-to-1. Still, but at the same time, our manpower is... Oh, right, we started with 10 battalions only, okay. Ah, patronized real estate are completed. Okay, what do we get from that? Finally, are we can all relate to? 15% building throughput. More progress on camera. Or some progress on camera, or political strength of capitalists. I think I'm going to go with the camera. I think that would be quite handy to have. Okay, so we are probably going to be losing this. But at the same time, they are also suffering a lot of losses. How's the cost going on right now on this war? So they've already spent about 2.2 million. They've also lost a lot more. I mean, a lot more wounded on their side. And a lot more dead as well. Of course, a lot of that is from attrition, admittedly. Like, for on our side, well, there is some attrition, but a lot less than that. But yeah, it's still going to be 3-to-1 ratio in here. Aggressive maneuver, though. Casualty taken goes up, but morale damage goes up. No, I don't think that's going to save us. Ooh, present mass immigration to Veracruz. Ooh. That's actually quite handy. Also, we're getting the motor industries there, which is very useful. They are having some problems with the shipyards and trade centers and barracks. Oh, right, the ammunition shortage is still a thing. I guess we'll need to set up another munitions plant underway. This is all recover from that. Oh, and now we lost it. Yeah, that one's got... Oh, they got aggressive maneuver as well. So, they take more casualties, but so do we. Well, at least our morale goes down a lot faster. So yeah, I was definitely a bit too hasty with this war. But I think we can maybe... I mean, again, we are still getting some of the conscripts in. Of course, the conscripts aren't coming in all that quickly, and I think they are getting more conscripts as well. Oh, we sank some of the well, we sank 8 of the convoys. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, Nevada is still having a lot of problems with the population there. I think it's just the wages in there are way too high, so they can't... Well, actually, no, it's making profit now. All discover in Utah. Oh, hello. I can't build those yet because we don't have the pump jack. Oh, but another thing that we should start doing is getting some of the electrical or power plants so we can get some electricity going. Of course, that's going to be at the end of the list there, so it's going to take a while. Right, so now they've got most of Colorado, and our war support is dropping at fairly high speed. They're a lot higher speed than theirs, that's for sure. I mean, they do control some of the war goals. So that is definitely costing us... Oh, now there's 59 versus our 23, but now we've got 93 defense versus their 40 offense. So there's probably going to be a loss again. But the casualties on their side are going to be probably very hefty after this battle. We already lost 6,000 men on our side, but they lost 13. Can we have a look at the numbers in here? I suppose in terms of manpower, it's still 3-to-1. At this stage already, so yeah, we lost 10,000 men, they lost 20, but still they've got a lot more that they can afford losing. Oh, and now our defensive values dropped drastically. Yeah, so I think we are going to be losing that. I don't suppose we could pull off a landing somewhere in the rear. Where do they have... I don't suppose they've started getting anything in Africa yet, have they? No, it doesn't look like it. So if we want to do a landing in some of their territories, we'd have to probably do it into Florida or something. That would at least split their troops a lot. But they still have enough troops to sort of fight us off from there as well, so I don't think that would necessarily... Unless we do a landing on the capital, but they've got such a massive fleet as well. Question is, of course, are they... They're trying to sink our convoys somewhere, right? At least they did sink some convoys earlier, I'm pretty sure about that. It was the convoys going to China, but I suppose we don't have a trade route into China anymore. Oh, right, they don't have convoys going through there anymore, so that's why the fleet stopped the convoying. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the... Which one is it? Mr. Diaz. So, if we take our 20 flotilla fleet, naval invasion, into DC, with that one, probably not going to succeed. We'll have a bit less troops over here. But hopefully we can get to their capital and just sort of capture a decent bit of land, or at least reduce their strength over here, and then start doing some counterattacks, so retake the lands and maybe take some of their war goals, or our war goals in their side of the things. Buy ourselves a bit of time, but yeah, now this battle is lost. They lost half their men there, but it's only like about the same amount as we've lost here. Although total, actually losses are a lot larger. But still, it's a bit of rough battles there, for sure. So how long until the landing? It is another 4 weeks, so we need to land at least one more battle, I reckon, before the landing is going to happen. And I don't know if we'll... I mean, we've got 140 battalions here now, but they've still got 2-to-1 ratio on the troops, so I guess what... Actually, we could try getting... Hold on, where is this one from? From Dixie. We got the conscription centers slowly hiring, but I suppose they can't get the ammunition, which is why we need to get the munitions plant done as soon as possible. And that's going to be another loss over here. I mean, they lost about 30,000 men to our 23,000. So it's still slowly but surely reducing more of them, but I think they can afford taking the losses a lot easier than we can. Oh boy, they got into New Mexico pretty hard there. I don't suppose... Can I... Well, I'm not really advancing in here yet. I'm just trying to defend the stuff for the time being. I don't know where their fleets are as well. They're not sinking my convoys. Oh, now they're advancing into Texas, but we've got 58 battalions versus the 115. In terms of... Oh, it's still going to be pretty rough. I mean, they've still got hand-cranked machine guns, which is going to increase the kill rate a lot. Which means that we are taking the losses... Yeah, we're taking a lot more losses in here than they are. Even though we got a decent defender, all the defense values are okay, but again, the numbers advantage on their side is just massive in comparison. So I guess what's the primary... Columbia, Colorado, and return Texas. I do not want to go for the Texas. If we allow you to get those two? No, if we go for Texas, then they would accept, but I don't want to give all of these. So what are the primary goals? Oh, and now there's naval battle. Right, we're going to be losing that one, so the landing is not going to happen. You know what, I think it's time to go a bit bold moves here, and I'm just going to start switching that general to attacking. So at least we'll have a bit of a chance. I mean, we should be... Since they only have attacking generals, they don't have anyone defending, technically speaking, so we should be able to slow down their advance a bit. So the next attack, or next battle is going to be our attack on them. They'll probably have the defending advantage, though, and all that, so I don't know if we'll... But we're going to at least delay them. And, you know, that way, there's always a chance that we'll get lucky, but I suppose the naval landing over here is not going to happen. So that means that we'll have another army that can be just pulled back in. Would be nice if it would have succeeded, but I'm pretty sure that it won't. I mean, if they had this many ships over here, we might be able to do a landing in Dixie somewhere. Maybe. But yeah, naval invasion failed. Let's take... oh, right, you can't do another one right now. And where is the standing by Pacific Coast? Let's bring you to the front line then. So they've been having a lot of good success there. And they, I suppose, are we... Well, they haven't gotten our capital yet, so technically speaking, even if we've lost a tiny bit of land in Texas, well, we're going to be losing a lot more soon, though. Oh yeah, the losses over here are pretty much even. Although demoralized, they've lost a lot more in demoralized than we have. But still, it's a pretty bad situation for us there. But I think if we can do a good attack with this general here, his expert offensive plan is a 20% offensive values there. It's not too shabby, actually. Although, is that going to be enough to win this next attack that we'll have, or the next combat that we'll have? Most likely not. We'll give it a try at least. We're still 14 months away from getting the hand crank machine gun. I probably should have waited for that one, maybe even all the way to the trench works, but I want to get at least a little bit of fighting against the USA, just to kind of get a bit of an idea of what we are dealing with. 103, oh wow. Good visibility, okay, that's 25% extra defensiveness there. Yeah, that makes a bit of a difference for sure. So that's going to be very expensive for us. So I guess we're not going to be advancing either. I mean, if we could just get the armed forces to be a bit happier. But the problem is that we can't really do too much. I mean, what do they support, I suppose? Is there something that we could maybe do that they would endorse? In terms of laws, anyway. Home Affairs, so Guaranteed Liberties, they oppose that one. War laws would not be something that they endorse. No migration controls is not something they endorse. So, right now, not really. I do wonder if we get... No, we could bring them into government, but that wouldn't really fix anything. And the Conservative Party, both parties in there, are very upset. Okay, so I guess we'll just, as soon as this battle is done, we'll cancel the attacks. Let you rest for a while. How long until we start getting the barracks? I'm just going to start pulling this back to the top of the list. Except we do still need to get the munitions plant first. That needs to be done, and then some of the barracks will be able to maybe... Oh, hold on a minute. Didn't we have the... In the munitions plant? No, explosive cells, that requires the dynamite. Okay, never mind. For a moment I thought that I could actually just improve the productions already. So we're losing £107,000 per week. It's a little bit higher. Oh, I needed to defend. Hold them back. Okay, now we've got another battle in Texas. And now it's 139 versus our 58 battalions. But you know, it's just like, since they have more troops, they can put more troops in every single combat. And since we don't have that massive advantage on the quality of the troops, we are going to lose this war. One way or another. The question is, of course, how much do we have to give them? Or can we maybe delay them enough so that maybe it's just Colombia or something? Probably not yet, at least. I mean, not too far off, actually. So if we can just delay them for, I don't know, a few more months, maybe? We might be able to pull that off. And we've got a little bit more barracks to build. We'll get some of these gold mines as well, so we don't completely crash our economy. But we do need to just hold them back. And we will have our revenge later. Ooh, farming boom. Sure. We get a bit of extra throughput in Yucatan. If only Britain had joined us in this would have been a lot different war. But at least in terms of cost of the war, it's still a lot more cost for them, although the dead and wounded are basically equal now. I suppose with the attacks that we tried to pull off, it didn't really help the situation, and especially these massive combats don't help either. In fact, they're really bad for us. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to give land if I can avoid it. I can transfer Colombia for sure, but I'll need to hold our ground as long as possible. How's the... So we've still got 147 battalions. Not really getting too many extras right now, I suppose. Oh, another 58 versus 135 battalions there. So yeah, we are just taking way too much casualties there. Deficient agriculture, sure, we'll follow the advice. We do have a lot of radicals as well, so that's a bit of a problem. And we are almost at 40 million GDP. But at least we've got a decent GDP going for us, although we'll probably... Well, actually... We'll lose a little bit of the money that we gained from diplomatic pacts after this war, I suppose. Beyond that, it shouldn't be too bad, assuming that we can just pull out of this war with just losing Colombia. But of course, that's hardly guaranteed. But I suppose they are losing the wars, but slowly but surely. If we can just inflict more casualties to them over over the course of these combats, then I suppose there's a possibility that we can pull off just transferring Colombia under their sort of influence. But also, I suppose, if we have a look at this battle, they lost a lot of demoralized. The dead and wounded are still roughly the same, but the demoralization on their side is pretty high. I mean, they do still have the national militia, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they do have, so we actually have a little bit less morale loss. So we at least sort of, or we at least have that going for us, but... Oh, now they got into Rio Grande. Our war support can't go below 0 yet. As long as we hold on to our capital, which to be fair, they are slowly advancing towards it. The question is, of course, where are they? Oh, there's another battle. Ooh, okay, this one's not quite as bad for us, actually. I think we're still going to lose it, but at least they are going to be taking fairly heavy losses. Depends a lot on the rolls, of course. Oh, poor visibility. Oh, lovely. So yeah, it's going to be another loss. And most of their losses are just demoralization. For us, it's the wounded and dead. So they will be... Oh, and now we got a blunder. Lovely. Right, well, it's minus 21. I suppose they lose... Every week they lose one war exhaust or war support. So in 20 weeks, we might be able to get the peace deal. But of course, a lot depends on like how quickly... I mean, we are going to get the... Okay, 4 months. For the hand crank machine gun. After that, we'd be able to probably deal a lot more damage on them. Or at least a bit more damage. Plus, we'd get the +5 or defense. Which would probably make a fairly high difference in the... Well, it's not actually that much. I mean, it depends on the general, of course, who's leading. That might actually be increased even further. But yeah, 15 weeks. If they don't reach our capital by then we might be able to get just transfer Colombia with this peace deal. It's going to be a very costly war for us, though. That's for sure. Although these numbers don't really tell the entire through. We've had to spend a lot of money during this war. Oh boy, they are getting closer and closer to the capital. I think the next battle is going to be somewhere in here. Of course, the terrain is going to be a lot rougher. So I think we might stand a bit of a better chance. Oh, now it's over here. Okay. Oh, finally we'll have a victory. Oh, 110 defense. Oh boy. So we'll actually retake some land, and that's brilliant because that's going to delay them even further. And that is then going to allow us to maybe get the peace deal done. I mean, we could perhaps just have a look at if they are... Well, I suppose if we don't have that in there, they need to lose a lot more war support. But if we can delay until we get the hand grenade machine gun... Ooh, well discovered in Texas. For whom the bell tolls. Ah, leader of Intelligentsia has died. We'll go with the popular but inept candidate. Oh, someone received a field promotion. Oh, it's probably the leader over here. Right, what are your... Oh, your ambitious open terrain commander. Okay, not exactly the best situation. But at least we got a victory in here. Come on, just... Victory is at hand. Actually, this time they lost a lot more troops than we did. But of course, the terrain is hill, so that definitely helps us. Oh, we lost a general now. Right. That's probably the general that was in there that already kind of died. Or, well, regardless. That was a victory. And now it's... Okay, we could get the peace deal now. At the same time, we are 6 more weeks from the hand crank machine gun. I'm going to wait one more combat, perhaps. We don't have... No, we don't have anyone attacking. Where's the combat? Oh, it's over here again. They're still trying to clear out Texas. There's 2-1 still. I think this one's going to be probably a loss for us. So they would take that one. If we don't transfer Colombia, no, that's going to require a lot more. I'm going to wait for the hand crank machine gun. By that point, the battle over here is probably going to be over, though. Oh, I have a plunder. Okay, that's going to be a massive loss for us then. But with the hand crank machine gun, we will get a bit higher defense. We'll start killing a lot more of our enemies. So there's a chance that we can turn that around, but I'm not entirely sure. But I still want to at least see how much of an impact we can pull off with that. And then I suppose we can get the monitors to get the better fleet. Oh, they have a plunder. There we go, at least a little bit of casualties for them. And the hand crank machine gun should be done right about now. I suppose once the week switches over. There we go, kill rate should be now increased. Actually, if we all look at the details, how's the kill rate? So we got 30... Oh, they've got 34%. And we got 34 now. Okay. So the kill rate should be the same at this stage. Roughly speaking. So I suppose next battle that we have, if we want to wait for another one, campaign financing. I think Conservative Party can probably lose a bit more of the momentum that they have. That's fine by me. So these battles, not necessarily the best, but I think we could potentially... Well, I kind of want to see the hand crank machine guns properly in use after this battle. So we'll wait for one more battle, at least until that's almost over. Then we're going to offer them peace deal. It is going to be costing us a lot, although the GDP is still growing slowly. It's probably growing a lot slower than a lot of the other nations. Oh, and market... Or Mexican Liberal Party is the winner in here. Oh, right, well, I guess we'll just keep the Free Trade Party in lead because, if we put in the Mexican Liberal Party into power, then the legitimacy is going to be pretty much non-existent. Any of the other options aren't really viable either. Yeah, we could pull that at least. Or this peace deal, but I suppose unless we can start getting a bit more ground, they did take a bit more of ground there. They're also getting closer and closer to Mexico itself, but... Oh, there we go. So now we've got... Well, we're dealing okay damage. I suppose they're taking the losses at about the same rate as we are. But of course, that's not great for us because, you know, they got more troops in there. So I guess now it's time for the peace deal. Transfer Colombia. There we go. So at least... Well, we are going to be losing... oh, interesting, Crown Colombia. Do we have more interest to spare? We do actually have interest to spare, so we'll put one there. Suppose we could put one in... I don't know if New England is something we need to do. I'm going to put one in Japan. I don't know if I can actually colonize Sakhalin. Probably not. But now we're at least getting some money since we don't have all the troops active and all that. And we're also getting a lot more gold mines still, so I'm pretty sure that over time we'll be able to pay off the debt without too many issues. Oh, but authority is now really, really bad. Okay, and I suppose what we're going to do is we are going to start reducing some of the decrees that we have. So which ones do we not need? I think California is still very important. How much is there? There's a few mines in there, but I think we can probably reduce the resource stuff in there, and... Well, we probably want to have it there. We could maybe reduce the industry in Veracruz. There we go, now we're no longer having the problems there. Our armed forces are now very happy, at least. I think what we could do is we could maybe reduce the armed forces wages a little bit. So that means actually they're not going to be quite as happy. But at the same time, we'll take a bit of savings. And actually, even with low taxes, we still have over 50% or 50 legitimacy. So, you know, it's not the best result of the war, but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. Oh, there we go. Now we got the Japan thing. So can we establish a colony there? I don't think we can. No, Japan and Russia have claims on that one, and then over here only Japan has. So you get rid of the claims before you can colonize it. But, you know, it at least makes it some of the colonization be a bit more historical. So I guess I'm alright with that, actually. Right, so monitor is going to be in 30 to 19 weeks. And after that, I think modern nursing and military statistics, so mobilization goods. So we're going to be focusing pretty much directly onto military research for the time being to get our troops into better quality. So the next war is going to be probably somewhere like 1890, if we can increase our military size and all that by then. Because clearly 100 battalions was not enough. I suppose actually we've got 105 with generals, we've got 5 that are not with generals, and 5 that are not with generals is in Mexico actually. I guess we could get another 15 in there somewhere. Or maybe get a 5 over there, for example. There's a decent bit extra over there, so let's see, that's 2. Was this one part of state in Mexico? Okay. Oh wait, no, okay. Let's have a look at strategic regions. Because that is in Central America. Right. Now there's one over there. They put 2 already in here, didn't we? Yeah, so that's 4. And I'm sure that there's something that has, like, 4 or something, I don't know. We'll get one over here, I suppose. So that's going to be a little bit more troops in Mexico itself, and then, you know, slowly but surely we'll increase the army sizes. We don't have the best generals, admittedly. Oh, Belgium is improving relations. So now we're number 9 in Great Powers list. But at least we're slowly... Oh. Brazil announced USA to be their rival. Good. Oh, and now USA is importing porcelain from us. Now, what do we actually need? These are underproductive, so I suppose we don't need to import that. Or this. The silk we'll probably hold on to. For now. Right, that's actually the only... Oh, import... Okay, we don't actually need that one then. We can import that through Russia. And then... What do we... So we need dyes. Okay. Well, dyes are something that we can plant in here, for example. Get like 10 plantations of dye over there, and then... Do we have more in somewhere already? I know that we had some already. Oh, we got some in our capital, actually. We'll build 2 levels there. So that's at least going to reduce some of the problems in the market, although probably not all of it. let's be honest. Opium is something we start to need a lot more, so let's just go ahead and start building those. Get at least 5 plantations total. We've got 150 weeks of construction going on right now, so that's going to be a while. And now the GDP has dropped quite drastically again. I suppose we're not getting quite as much money from Colombia. I mean, it wasn't a massive amount of money, but it was still okay. But at the same time, that probably... Oh, right, we were getting so much stuff from Colombia into our market, weren't we? At least dyes and probably wine and a few other things. Actually, wine reminds me, Oregon. We could build up some more wheat farms there to get some more wine. Rubber discovered in Nicaragua. So, yeah, sure, we'll get some more migration there. Oh, and we had the guaranteed liberties. They wanted us to pass that one, so let's start passing it now. It's only 13% chance, but I guess it can get better. I'm hoping that, well, we've got on 31 months to go. With this low legitimacy, I'm not entirely sure if we can actually get that. How much would it be? Oh, if we lower the taxes, that would be costing us 21,000 per week, according to the estimators at least. The real amount would be probably a bit less, but still, it would be quite a bit. Oh, but there we go. Monitors upgraded or unlocked. So let's go ahead and upgrade our fleet. That is costing us quite a bit extra, to be fair. But then the modern nursing. Oh, and vacuum canning is almost done. That's actually going to start unlocking. Oh, rubber discovered in Chiapas. So I guess we can have a lot of rubber plantations by now. Not that we necessarily need a lot of them. Although, how much is the rubber price right now? I suppose it's probably not very high. No, we got a little bit extra in there. There we go, we got the vacuum canning unlocked. So let's go into the food industry. If we start using the vacuum canning, it's going to require a little bit of oil, which means that the oil price is going to go, oh, actually, it's going to go through the roof, isn't it? Okay, and we only got one food industry right now, so I suppose what we could do, let's go up here and get another whaling station, although I suppose we don't produce a lot in here because there's no demand for oil. So I guess we won't do that yet. Oh, right, Texas had found some oil, but we don't have the tech to build that yet. I guess what is going to be spreading next? It can't be pump jacks yet. It could be dynamite. Oh, it's aniline. Okay, the synthetic plant could be handy later on, especially for the silk production. But I do believe we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.